Alright, well, I can't back out of it now. Close out of this, and then we'll go and do it again, and maybe that'll work. Kind of. Sugar spoon. That seems remote, sort of interesting. So I will save it. Let's see. Alright, so hello everybody. Now you might be wondering. Okay. Hello everybody! So you may be wondering why I have 61 in brackets in the title. Well, when I was going to warm up, and I played a couple of times from 0, and then at some point, I accidentally hit the practice mode button. Why did I do this? I don't know. And then I just made it through. I made it to Zobros without dying. I passed Zobros without dying. I passed Mishi. I passed Anthrax, and I just kept going until a stupid choke at Abstract. So, yeah, I have 61 on Artificial Ascent now. That naturally only shows up as 41. I left a comment about it. So yeah, today's goal is to just get there. Today's goal is to just get there again. I think, maybe not directly to Abstract Dark, but just get to the second half again, which I have like 2 hours to stream today, so I'm prepared to sit in this chair for that long and just keep grinding. Yeah, first attempt of the stream, and I get to Michigan. Okay, yeah. For some reason, I don't know what I'm doing differently. Let me just close everything other than OBSG and not Twitter, Steam. I have no idea what I did differently. Maybe it's sleep up, but whatever the case may be, Zobros, at least the entrance to Zobros, is really actually quite consistent now. So, don't know what I did, but I'll take it. Close. Okay, that was just straight up dumb. Ridiculous. What? I think I was so focused on just getting to Zobros in the first place that I completely forgot about the gameplay coming up. Which, good job, me. So after this, after the Technology Trilogy, I don't know if I want to go back to Lumina. Like, I absolutely love the level still. It's still one of my favorite levels in the entire game, but I just can't do it right now, apparently. It's just, playing it's just so tough, mentally. Especially because of how it's balanced. Like, usually I really like first half heavy levels. I mean, you saw my balancing video, probably. But, like, it's just to a degree that I'm not... Yes, it's first half balance, but it's to a degree that I just can't manage right now. Yep, first death at 25 of many. Yeah, this is a weird case because, like... it's technically first half heavy, but that's just because Zobros, Mishy, and Anthrax are just so hard. But honestly, I don't mind because the beginning of the level is really, really fun, and hey, I have a pretty good track record with attempts past those 3 parts, so. Okay, what happened there? Hand, you got anything you want to say? Okay, then. Okay, but I got to Anthrax, and for some reason, actually, no, I'm not gonna say anything for fear of jinxing it. But, alright, good, I got to Anthrax. That was weird. That was weird, he says, and then dies to straight fly. Story of my life. Okay, that was a slope bug. You can't say anything about that. That was objectively a slope bug. But okay, two Anthrax attempts in like a couple minutes. Not bad. Would be nice to pass it because, I mean, clearly I can get really far, but I'm looking at it this way. Getting to Anthrax means I pass Zobros and Mishy, and those are the 2 hardest parts of the level. So I will never complain about an Anthrax death. Yeah, I was saying this either last night or the night before, I don't remember. But I don't think Anthrax, like the gameplay of Anthrax, is the main difficulty of the part. The main difficulty of the part is just that there's so much stuff on the screen at once that it starts to get a little bit disorienting. Is it disorienting or disorientating? Whatever the case may be, I am bad when I get to that part, and that makes it pretty difficult, even if the gameplay itself is pretty easy. Like I said, I get past Zobros and Mishy, so can't be mad. That's 3 Anthrax attempts in 12 attempts, I think. So by that logic, my next Anthrax attempt will be number 16 of this session. Because, you know, obviously that's just how math works, right? Okay, slope bug again. Is that just gonna be a thing? Like, that's just the theme of the stream is slope bug? But alright, I sound mad, I'm really not. Like, that's... 4 Anthrax attempts in 10 minutes is pretty good. Nice. Good job, me. Yeah, as I was saying, I think, or maybe I wasn't saying, maybe I was saying it in my head, there we go. The only part, now that I've somewhat gotten used to the trio of death, as I call it, the only part that I'm really worried about that's coming up is speed part. Because that, even from runs, it's easily the most inconsistent part, and I can't imagine it'll be any different from 0, but I'm just gonna... I'll just have to see when I get there, and I mean, technical fluke that entire part, his first time getting there on a fluke from 29, so maybe that's a sign, but also Tech is like the GOAT, so... Ugh. My eyes are starting to blur together. I bet that's not a good sign. Next time I get to Anthrax, if I die there without passing it, I'm playing from that start position for a little bit to try to figure out what the hell I'm doing wrong. Also, I was gonna join a call today, but I don't know if it's necessarily worth it because I kind of want to focus. I'm happy to do that while talking to chat, but I kind of just want to focus. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? Like, actually, what am I doing wrong? I'm going back to the... I'm going to the freaking star positions copy because this is ridiculous. Ugh. Okay, so I've come to the conclusion that it's an optical skill issue, so... Not really much I can do about it, so just gonna keep playing. Okay, I called it, but I don't care. I got to speed. Okay, my hand is actually shaking this much. Oh my god. Excuse me. I want to see my reaction. Because, like, when I passed 61, when I got to Etzer, I was like, oh my god, I actually have a new best. Like, that will register as a new best. Okay, I called it, but I don't care. I got to speed. Okay. Now, What do I cannot think. Like, that's where I'm at. I can't think straight. Okay, well, first, before I forget, let me... Okay. I can't think straight. That could have actually been... Unfortunately, Black Blizzard still remains the biggest fluke I've ever had on any extreme. How does it keep doing that? Okay, okay, let's see. I'm thinking. It's really hard, but I'm thinking. Studio. Well, I got to Nasgubb again. Let's see, what is the notification? There's nothing. It lied to me. Okay. Wait, but 72%. 72 and 36 to 100. Okay. So, what do I do? So now 72 and 36 to 100. So wait, I want to beat it backwards, but I want to beat it backwards. So that didn't happen. That didn't count. That did. Okay. But still, 72. Okay. No, let me... Oh my god. Yeah, 34 times 441, 72. Like, even... even with the 61, okay. Let's just keep going. So here's what I'm thinking for the rest of the stream. I'm gonna get to Nasgubb again. I'm gonna get to the second half again, and then I'm gonna spend the rest of the time, however much time that is, trying to get. What am I gonna try to get? Mostly just consistent with everything in the second half. But yeah, I completely and totally expected that death because speed is really hard to do for the first time, especially when you're on a fluke from technically 41. I'm gonna be completely honest. I thought I was dying to Whammick, or whatever the part is called. The part just before Nasgubb is called. I totally thought I was dying to that, but nope. Because I know it doesn't look like it, but those like 8-ball timings are really tough. Okay, my arm is still. My hands are still shaking a little bit. I need to. You know what? Let's go for 25 to 100. Might as well. Or at very least 28 to 100. You know, I know I'm changing what I do in like every few milliseconds, but I think I've settled on doing. I'm just gonna do a couple of. Why do I not have a start position at speed? I probably should include one there. Just gonna be grinding speed to 100 for a little bit. Why am I upside down? Oh, that explains it. I am a clown. But yeah, I fully expected to either. This is one of, if not the single hardest segments of speed. Oh, I got the bug. I don't know why the robot does that. Like, if there's eyes, it'll just... But if I make it to Binog or Serpun from 0 and I get that, I'm going to be very distracted, let's just say. Alright. Let's do that a couple more times. But yeah, I got extremely, extremely lucky with that, so I'm not gonna be surprised if I die a billion times between like way abstract, Etzer, and speed. Or if I do that, that is also a realistic possibility. Okay, I think I'm calm enough now. Caps lock's on. Oops. But yeah, 72. No matter what happens in the remainder of this stream, today is a success. I do wonder if I'll be like slightly less nervous the next time I get there. Yep, slow bug. Oh well. Why did I do that? It's not like that's gonna help in any way. Whoops. Oh well. Okay, I just couldn't see my icon at all. Maybe this'll... I need to stretch. Today was a pretty hard day physically. Not because of anything I did, just how I woke up, because that's unfortunately a thing that I have to deal with. Is there's like a 50-50 shot of me waking up and just feeling atrocious. I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to Anthrax, I'm gonna be honest. How many times have I died there? I think, so if we ignore this... Yeah. I've died to Anthrax way too many times. I've only died to Mishi 4 times, that's surprising. So as for plans after this stream, I don't know if I'm going to stream this again because I just really want to focus. But I think I can... So I have a writing paper due on the 24th, so 2 weeks from now. I would like to think that I could get Artificial Ascent done by then. Don't know about the video, but I think I could get at least the completion done by then. Yeah, who cares? Honestly, who cares? Why is best run... I keep having to reset... I know I've talked about this on stream before, but I keep having to reset those settings, and it's really annoying. So if Absolute is somehow seeing this and would be so kind as to update that, please do so. It is incredibly annoying for something. Ironically, for something that's supposed to provide quality of life, it's not exactly very quality of life. Excellent job, me. So I think for the most part I'm consistent with Zobros, and I think for the most part I'm consistent with Mishi, but I'm just not consistent at all with Anthrax, and I don't know how to fix that. So I think what I'll do is just play from 32 for the... Wait, hang on. I don't think I'm gonna get anything else done playing this from... Hi, Britt Dark, how you doing? How is the movie, the 4-hour movie? But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna... I mean, realistically, I got 70... Oh, you're in the bathroom. Yeah, I got 72. But yeah, because I got that and 61, and I've been really struggling with Anthrax today. I feel like there's not really much more point to playing from 0 today, so I think I'm just gonna play from 32 and try to get some, at the very least, I'll get some consistency with Anthrax, because like because I've mostly figured out Zobros and I mostly figured out Mishi, so if I can figure out Anthrax, that's like I have a legitimate shot at beating the level. That was made in the 50s? Wow. If there's a shot of a big army that's all real people, yeah. I will be right back. I am also going to go to the bathroom, but this time to change what I am wearing, because I am itchy. Alright, that's better. I was wearing pants, now I am wearing shorts. And as for why I was wearing pants, it's mid-October. If I don't see you again, bye and good luck. Alright, enjoy the rest of the movie. I don't understand. I basically never died of this slip bug from the start positions, but I've probably died there like 4 or 5 times from 0. Ah! There was a bunch of lag there. What the heck happened? Good. Very good. You know, I could probably afford to just close this tab. So if that's what I will do. I will close it and I will not open it again until I either get 32 to 100 or I just end the stream. Either or. Okay, I'm thinking. Yeah, I've gotten past Anthrax 3 attempts. The first one was 41, which I got yesterday. I'll put that in the video. and then 61 in practice mode when I wasn't recording, and then 72. So about a 20% increase, and then about a 10% increase. So by that logic, my next new best will be 77. Whenever I happen to get a new best. Oops. I just have to keep in mind that, like, like, even if I'm making progress insanely quickly with this level, at least quickly for my standards, it still is Black Blizzard difficulty, so even if I go a little bit without making progress, that's okay. This level's still, like, near the top of my skill range. Which is weird to say when I'm beating Plasma Pulse finale, but yeah. Just because of how I play, I jump around a lot. What? But you know what? 32 to 65, so I will take it. I do wonder at what point I'll start to get nervous with this run, because I think last stream I did of this, when I was going from 36, I wasn't really that nervous until Terron, and then 25 to 96, which by the way was not a bug, it was just a skill issue. But 25 to 96, I mostly started becoming nervous at Sir Punch. Yeah, I would have liked to have a really big fluke, but oh well. One of my favorite facts about this level is that I'm pretty sure that if you go to like you could see this, because Crack was in the level at some point, you know, the guy that made the ship part in Bloodbath that single-handedly saved the level from getting a 0. Yeah, that guy. He made this. It's very I wonder what game mode this relies on. Yeah, what did it look like with decoration? Not too bad. Probably like around the quality of this, to be honest. Yeah, that's, if you did not know about it, hey, now you know. Okay. In all honesty, like, I completely lost my focus about halfway through Abstract, so the fact that I even survived to that point in Etzer is a miracle. Bro. Yeah, once I get 32 to 100, will, depending on what time it is, like if it's before an hour, I'll play random shit mix. If it's after an hour, I'll end stream. But I do not want to end until I get the run. I might have to, but I don't want to. I really shouldn't have been talking that far. There we go. I really should have just a gaming chair with a consistent height. I think that would solve a lot of my issues. Yeah, I feel like the... I might end up being, like, playing this on this... Because, like, I don't understand why, but when I'm playing the actual level, I'm dying to this specific slope, left and right. Like, I think that's most of my Anthrax deaths at this point, but from start positions, I don't die to it at all. I just die to my own other skill issues. And I'm gonna deliberately try to die to the slope bug. Okay, it still exists. Yeah, that is a shame. But whatever. What? Okay, I've had a lot of deaths on this level. I have 4,000 attempts, maybe more. Why did I exit out? But yeah, I have a lot of attempts on this level. That is quite possibly the single stupidest death I've had on this level thus far. Like, it is, like, brain it is just straight fly. Get it together. Okay, that was just way too early, but I'm getting somewhat decent runs from Anthrax, so worth it. I'm not talking as much as like now as I was during the start of the stream. I just kind of want to focus for a little bit. Honestly, I'm way too tired. I can't do this right now. I'm just so exhausted. So would have liked to do 32 to 100, but I'm feeling like crap today. So. But yeah, I think this is what's best for me because I'm really tired, and I don't. Again, it's just a matter of like, how much more am I going to do for myself by streaming today? So, and I think the answer to that is not a lot. So, let's play some random shit mix. I still haven't beaten that yet. It would be really funny, however, if I got one from, actually, no, I don't want to, no. It would be really funny if I got one of the ships from Artificial. I'm probably going to get extremely I'm probably gonna get extremely copyrighted as a result of this part of the stream, but I do not care. Oh, Cataclysm. Why does this have... Why? Okay, okay, even if the golden is still way too hard for me, I just did the Surrey Never Clear ship in one go. That's insane. And then I got this. Why is it the Airbus song? And then this Bobo. There we go, that is the Airbus song, and of course I die. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm extremely tired. So, I'm gonna end the stream. I had a great time, made some great progress, but I'm just way too tired. I'm really sorry, but gotta take care of myself. So, yeah, I'm still happy with today. I would have liked to be able to stream for longer, but I'm just, like, can't do it right now. I've been dealing with a lot of stress and fatigue in my personal life as of late. And like I said a billion times, not really much that can be done. Not really much that's going to be able to be done past this point. So I think I'm just gonna sleep on it, and I'm gonna let what I've done today just take effect naturally. So with that all said, I will see you guys soon, and I'm going to stream for longer than 1 hour this time, I promise.